also what this thing is talking, this little note here, is bliss being more as the neutral rather than the good. So like the pleasant sensations, that's like kind of almost a elation and stuff, and like there's those two extremes there. Like something hurts or something feels good. Those, it's harder to notice that when you're attached to the good things, but it's still,
they're both reactions.
yeah, like you can still notice that there's a possibility for attachment here. But when things just are neutral, you can be attached to that, and that's effectively the final thing that you can be attached to. Is like when you have eliminated all attachment to all things, then you end up being in bliss, just like this neutral state of bliss. Like that becomes the neutral state, and that this being the neutral state, like just always being in bliss, always being happy, becomes the thing to be attached to.
Yeah, and then if you go out of it a little bit, then you think, oh, I've lost that thing, and then you realize you were attached to it.
Mm-hmm. Or what ultimately will happen is you end up in just a neutral bliss state. When you go out of it, because you are balanced with all that stuff outside of it, and you know that this is the neutral state, you can be equanimous with going outside of it, so you don't notice the attachment that you have to it, because it's like,
yeah,
you end up on either side of it, and then it's like you're so balanced that you just end up back in the neutral state eventually, because that's your base state, like your natural way of being. So you keep ending up back there, but there is an attachment somewhere in there, in that layer of just like perfect neutrality and natural like balance, whatever it is, that is so subtle, because you can't get pulled out of it. Like you can't, bad things or good things happening, no matter what happens with neutrality and bliss as your base state, there's nothing that will ever poke at you enough that is like, that makes it really obvious that there's an attachment there. So how do you see it?